everyone, and welcome to Checkpoint. Yeah, how are you doing? How is your day? All right, I hope your day was good. I hope everything worked out in your favor. So let me know how you're doing. It's always nice to meet you here on Checkpoint. And you know, at Checkpoint, we give you very quality information that is able to educate you, empower you, and equip you to become the very best version of yourself. So today on Checkpoint, I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us at Checkpoint. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for all that you do for us here at Checkpoint. And because of what you do, this program is reaching a wider audience, and for that I want to say thank you, and thank you again. Now today on Checkpoint, I'd like to share something very interesting and important with you. And are you ready? Yes. Now, as usual, you know how we roll. I'd like you to please share this link to everyone on your social media platform. Share this link to your family, to your friends. Let them know that Checkpoint is on, and today we have something very interesting to share with them today on Checkpoint. I can't wait to share what I have with you today, because I know in my heart it's going to help you very much. If it's not helping you directly, it's helping somebody around you, it's helping someone in your family, it's helping a friend, a sister, a brother, anybody around you, all right, or your siblings. So please go ahead and share the link, all right? So I'll be right back after the break with the topic for today. Don't go anywhere. All right, people, welcome back to Checkpoint. Now, today on Checkpoint, we have a topic that I'd like to share with you. And today on Checkpoint, our topic for today is signs that your partner is not interested in marriage. Woohoo! Signs that your partner is not interested in marriage. You know that there are so many people who are in relationships, and you are planning, you'll be trying to work things out, hoping that it will soon get to marriage, but nothing is happening. This video is for you. I'm sure you have a sister, a brother, somebody in your family, somebody around you who is experiencing this right now. You know, people don't intentionally go into a relationship of 7 years before marriage. Nobody does that intentionally. You know, everybody wanted to enter into a relationship that will quickly soon evolve into marriage. When you begin to see stories like, I've been in a relationship for 7 years before we now got married, for 10 years before we now got married, you will see that most of these people, they don't even know how they've come too far. So at that point, they don't know, should we just go back or should we continue in that direction? It becomes a difficult choice for them to make. Nobody, believe me when I tell you, nobody goes into a relationship and hopes to be in that relationship for too long before they get married. Some quit at year 7, some quit at year 5, some quit at year 4, and believe you me, most of them don't want this. So how can we figure this out on time and save ourselves from impending doom and impending sorrow? You know, when you know that this pain will still come, it's better you just leave that environment on time so that you don't get to be in that situation. I've seen people who went into a relationship hoping it to evolve into marriage. They are now baby mamas and baby daddies, and they didn't plan for this to happen to them. So this is why this particular program, this topic today is so important. I want to encourage you, beyond watching Checkpoint every Monday, you should also make sure that you go back to our YouTube channel. The messages, the topics are there, and they will be of immense help to you. There are tons and tons of topics that I have been able to speak on. Since I started Checkpoint, I am sure that we have more than 80 different topics on Checkpoint already at this time. And I know that by the time other people will be watching much later, there will be so much more. And these are topics on different aspects, balanced truth that will help you, balanced truth that will save you, balanced truth that would help you to make the perfect decision for your life. So are you ready? Are you ready for this topic? Remember, the topic today is signs that your partner is not interested in marriage. So you may be hanging around with a particular guy or a particular lady, and then you on your own part, you are hoping that you soon get married, but the other person on their own part is not really thinking about marriage, is not really seeing marriage, is just in that relationship for the time being, just to have fun, just to have somebody in their lives, but basically they don't want to settle down. All right, they don't want to settle for marriage, they don't want to take it further, they just want what it is right now, and that may not be what you want, and this will now eventually cause what we call a clash in goals, because this is not what you want, and but this is what the other person wants. But how can you be able to decipher and figure out on time so that you know what to do with yourself? That is why I'm here to share with you. Are you ready? All right, let's talk about number one, a sign that your partner is not ready to get married, is not interested in getting married. Number one, he or she makes a mockery of people, of married people, or of weddings. He or she makes a mockery of married people or weddings. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and the person sees married people and say, oh, look at how these people tie themselves in bondage, and the person makes mockery of them, all right, so that should give you a sign, an indication that this person is really not interested in getting married. All right, so you see, whether it's a he or a she, you're in a relationship with them, and then the person now looks at married people and says, no, this is why I am not ready for this. This is why I can't do this. All right, because they don't feel in their own heart that marriage is good. All right, so you see them making comments on social media, maybe about marriage or weddings, and say, oh, these ones, they have just begun the phase of suffering or the phase of being controlled and stuff like that. They make mockery of those who are married, and they make mockery of weddings. All right, so somebody will tell you, I don't like attending weddings. How do you think this person is going to wed? You know, the challenge we have most times is that some of us, we suspend our mind when we are in relationship. We suspend our brain when we are in a relationship. The fact that you are in love does not mean you are stupid. Should I say it again? The fact that you are in love does not mean you are stupid. So please, when you hang around somebody and you're planning for marriage, listen to the signs. Watch out for the signs, all right? Listen to the unspoken language. Listen to the spoken language. Listen to what they have to say. When somebody is consistently and constantly making jest of people who are married, looking at them like they are the ones who have entered the lost cause, you know, looking at a married man and instead of saying congratulations, said, oh, welcome to your season of being controlled. You don't have a life of your own anymore. These are telltale signs that tell you that this person is not a lover of marriage. They sing songs like marriage is a scam, and they believe several things. This is not what you want for your life. So it is very, very important and key that you are able to discern for yourself that this is good for you or this is not good for you. This is very, very important because it will eventually end in tears if you do not take necessary action on time. Is that okay? All right, so he or she makes a mockery of married people, makes a mockery of weddings, looks at somebody who is wearing a wedding gown and the person is like, oh, they have worn their cemetery clothes and stuff like that. I know it might not be that grievous, but listen to what they have to say. When they are mocking people who are married, when they are mocking people who are wedding, it is a sign, and you should be able to figure that out, so that if marriage is something that is uppermost in your heart, you will have to leave that person and look for somebody who feels the same way you feel, who thinks the same way you think, who has the same kind of goals that you have. Because if not, you are planning, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. You are setting yourself up for betrayal. All right, so number two sign that your partner is not ready, is not interested at all in marriage, is that he or she downplays the seriousness of your relationship. He or she downplays the seriousness of your relationship. So you see him or her saying something like, is it not this relationship we just started a month ago? And then you guys have been in a relationship for over a year. So he's not seeing a year. She's not seeing a year. What he or she is seeing is a month, because to them it's just like a fling, all right? It's not something that is serious. Then it is a sign. You might be taking these signs for granted, but it is the people who take signs for granted that eventually cry at the end. You know, before the Titanic ship collapsed, People gave signs. There were signs. People gave signs. I said, look at, there are icebergs, but they felt overconfident. They felt like the Titanic was too big a ship that it could not collapse, that nothing can make it sink. And eventually it sank because they neglected simple signs that would have saved their lives. So please do not neglect these signs I am sharing with you, because these signs have the ability to save you from crying, save you from pain, save you from disappointment, and you don't want to be disappointed. So this is why you have to do what is right for yourself. So when you see somebody, you're in a relationship with the person and the person downplays the seriousness of your relationship, the person looks at you and say, oh, is it we're just being friends? The person takes everything casual. Something is wrong somewhere. You don't want to remain in that relationship. You don't want to see, because in your mind you are spending as much time as possible with this person, so that you guys can be able to form a solid foundation for a glorious future together. But he or she feels like, you're hanging around me too much. Why not just go and do something else that is important, like your relationship is not important, and they will take it for granted. So please make sure that you are not in a relationship with somebody who downplays the seriousness of your relationship. Maybe you guys are talking about, okay, this is our 4 months anniversary of getting to know each other, of agreeing to be in this relationship, and the person is like, why do we have to celebrate an anniversary for just knowing each other? It's nothing. All right, so be careful of those telltale signs that let you know that something is wrong somewhere, that this person is not heading in the same direction with you, or the person, you're in a relationship with the person and you're saying, oh, we've been in a relationship for a while and we're trying to see if this leads to marriage, and the person is like, no, we're just hanging out. All right, so you're planning, you see it as a foundation for a glorious marriage, but the other person is seeing it as just hanging out. We're just friends. All right, so something is wrong somewhere. Do not take it lightly. It is a sign that tells you that this relationship is not heading anywhere. Now, number three sign that tell you that the person you're in a relationship with is not interested in marriage is that they do not plan their future with you. They do not plan their future with you. So you are saying, okay, because you live in Lagos and I live in Abuja, I think when I want to do my master's, I should be able to look for a school that is in Lagos so that we can work it out together. And the person is like, no, you don't have to come to Lagos, just stay wherever you are. You can even go to Cameroon, you can go to, that tells you that this person does not have a plan for the future together. And another way is that they can also avoid making plans concerning the future together. All right, they want to make a plan for tomorrow. They want to make a plan for the nearest future, for the next 1 year, next 2 years, next 3 years, but they are not incorporating you into that plan. There is no room for you. All right, I always tell people, when you are in a relationship, see yourself as a movie maker. Make sure that the person you're in a relationship with has a role in your movie. That's the only way it's going to be sweet. Nobody wants to watch a movie where there is just one person acting all by himself or by herself. Nobody wants to watch a movie like that. It is interactions, the networking between people that makes any movie interesting. So please make sure that you do not get involved with somebody who does not want to plan their future with you. So the person is like making plans and the plans does not incorporate you. The plans there is no room for you in the plan. Sit back and ask yourself, the challenge, many of us, when we're in love, when we really like a person, we just focus so much on the likeness, focus so much on the love, that we refuse to see what is truly important. I tell young people who are in a relationship, when you are in a relationship, this is not a time for you to start having butterflies in your belly. It's not a time for you to start having sensations all over your body. It's not time for you to start having dreaming about your fantasies and floating in your imagination. That is not the time for it. This is the time to open your eyes wide open and check out for opportunities. Look out for tendencies that tell you if this relationship is heading towards the right direction or whether it is not heading towards the right direction. Open your eyes and see. As a matter of fact, nobody is going to do this for you. Only you can do this for yourself. Nobody's going to do this for you. You have to decide for yourself if this relationship is going to work out in your favor. You don't want to be in a relationship and you're wasting your whole time and you're not sure of what is going to come out of it and you're not sure of the direction it is heading. No. That is why I'm sharing with you the signs that help you to know if your partner is not interested in marriage. This will help you to save you a lifetime of sorrow, a lifetime of crying, because it's important for you to know this, because you may be in a relationship with somebody that you truly love, but because the person is not headed in marriage, you miss out on several marital opportunities with other people who are willing to get married truly, and you waste your time with this person who is not going forward and is neither going backward. They're just holding you down, and you don't want that. I don't want a situation whereby people come and they use you to define themselves, use you to get their direction, and then they leave you and continue with their lifestyle. This is not what you want your life to be told about, right? This is not the story you want for your own life. So you have to open your eyes and look out for these signs and make sure that you are on the right course. Is that okay? So make sure that you get involved with somebody who plans the future that both of you have together truthfully, not the ones that will do it deceitfully. You know, there is a way you can give a body language or make somebody know that you are truly desperate for marriage. You know what the person will now do? The person will now start painting just that picture. Meanwhile, in reality, this person does not have any plan of really getting married to you. So you have to be careful, very, very careful. If you make it look like marriage is all that matters to you, this person will utilize that information and then deceive you in your relationship. And then at the end of the day, you begin to cry. You are crying not because of any other thing has happened, but simply because you are not able to figure out or discern that this person is not ready for marriage. All right, are you understanding it? All right, let me know which of the points you think is very, very touchy, which of the points you think it's very, very true, the ones you agree with. Let me know in the comment section, and also go ahead and type whatever I'm saying. Just respond by typing. That way I know you are truly following. Is that okay? All right, so let's talk about number 4. Number 4 sign that the person you are in a relationship with right now is not interested in marriage is that they make continuous excuses as reasons why they don't feel ready. They make continuous excuses as reasons why they do not feel ready for marriage. They keep giving excuses. So maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and you're asking the person, we should get married anytime soon, and the person is like, no, I can't get married now until I'm done with school. And then the person is done with school, and the person says, no, I can't get married now until I'm done with youth service. And then the person is done with youth service, say, oh, how will I get married now? And then there is no work, there is no job, we really need to make money. I can't get married until I get a job. And then the person gets a job, say, I can't get married at this junior level. You know, when the person keeps making continuous excuses, repetitive excuses, something is wrong somewhere. Or another case scenario, the person can say, oh, I can't get married now because my mother is sick. And then the mother recovers, said, I can't get married now because my father is sick. And then they keep giving excuses upon excuses about why they cannot commit to you at this time. Please run for your dear life. Don't say, no matter how long it is. See, it is not bravery for you to keep speeding in the wrong direction. Let me say it again. It is not bravery for you to keep speeding in the wrong direction. If you say, oh, I just found out I'm in the wrong direction and I have already spent 3 hours on the road, 3 whole hours spent in the wrong direction, what should I do? Don't tell yourself, let me continue in that wrong direction. Peradventure, I will eventually get to the right location. No, if you have spent 3 hours journeying in the wrong direction, at the moment you discover that you are journeying in the wrong direction, what do? You stop right there, turn back, all right? Make a U-turn and start heading back towards the right direction. Don't say that, oh, because I have spent 3 hours already in the wrong direction, I should continue. because I don't want the 3 hours I have invested to be wasted. Many of you are in a relationship like that. You know that this relationship is not right for you. You know that what is happening in that relationship is not okay anymore. And what do? You continue. Peradventure, he will change. Peradventure, she will change. Peradventure, things will get better. Peradventure, he will or she will make up their mind. It doesn't work like that. This is the reason. This is responsible for a lot of heartbreaks, for a lot of painful disengagement by people, because they saw the signs and refused to make a change. Listen to me. No matter how many years you have spent with the wrong person, today is time enough for you to break free. Let me say this again in case somebody's out there and you need to hear me. No matter how many years you have spent with the wrong person, don't say, oh, I have already invested 5 years of my life. I can't leave him at this point. I've already spent 6 years with her. I can't leave her at that point. Listen to me. No matter how many years you have spent with the wrong person, you are still in the wrong relationship. Let me say this again. No matter how many years, how much time you have spent in the wrong relationship, you are with the wrong person, you are still in the wrong relationship. You can't say because you have spent so much time, you should continue. No, and no. Are you getting me at all? Are we together? Yeah, because this is very key. You need to understand that if you're in a relationship and then it's going wrong, please, no matter how deep you have gotten, as long as you're not yet married, please make a U-turn and go back and turn back and start afresh. It is never too late to start afresh when you discover you are in the wrong relationship. Don't say, oh, I have spent, everybody already knows about us. What would they think? What would they say? Listen to me. They are not going to be in that relationship with you. Only you are going to be in that relationship. So come on now. Wake up. Wake up and do what is right for you. Wake up and live. Wake up and do what is perfect for your life. Don't think about what will people say. What the opinions do not matter. They will just talk about you. If no matter how popular you are, whether you're on social media, they'll just talk about you a week and 2 weeks, and then the next most popular story will pop up, and then everybody will be distracted with the next important story in town. It will just be for a while. So please don't say because I'm in the wrong relationship and I've spent so much time there, let me continue. That is not wisdom in operation at all. All right, so let's continue. Let's talk about number 5. Number 5 sign that your partner is not interested in marriage is that they introduce you casually. They introduce you casually. So they come into a place where people are and there is need for introduction. And instead of them introducing, please, this is Cynthia, and Cynthia is my fiancée. Is my fiancée, whichever one works. All right, so this is Cynthia. Cynthia is my fiancée. And instead of them to introduce you like that, or Cynthia is the lady I'm planning to spend the rest of my life with, they will introduce you like, this is Cynthia, my friend. All right, this is Cynthia. Is a lady I know. Is a lady I know from work. This is Cynthia from my workplace and stuff like that. All right, it's not right at all. And on the other way around, if it's a guy and it's the lady that is introducing, maybe he's introducing Richard and said, this is Richard. He's a friend of mine. This is Richard. He's my colleague at work. This is Richard. He's my neighbor. This is Richard, somebody I know. You see, when they introduce you like that, it is a sign. It is a sign, and you cannot neglect these signs. It's just like somebody that is beginning to have headache and weakness in the limbs and fever and you have a fever, hot temperature, and you're already running into rigor. You should know that you are not feeling well, right? These are similar symptoms that come with malaria. So go for a malaria test to confirm that you actually have malaria. Don't assume that, oh, don't worry, the symptoms will soon disappear. When you see signs are proof, evidence that something else is happening somewhere. So when you see some of these signs as somebody who you have been planning your future with, somebody you have been talking to about getting married, settling down, somebody you have been discussing how many babies you guys are going to have, the future you're going to have together, and then the person sees you with somebody and introduces you casually like that, just know that something is wrong somewhere, and it is wise for you not to sit back in that relationship to figure it out, because in a time not long from now, the evidence will show, the eventual truth will show that this person never took you serious, and that's not what you want to have, right? That's not what you want to experience. Never remain in a relationship when somebody introduces you casually. You know, as a matter of fact, they can even have cogent reasons why they had to do that. Somebody said, I don't want to introduce you to anybody, I don't want to tell anybody I'm interested in you, so that with their jealousy they would not destroy our relationship. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And the loquacious girl, the girl who was not thinking, decided to understand and show understanding. This guy eventually messed up her heart, because how did she eventually, one day she was just in her house and she received a note, a letter, and the invitation was for her roommate. So the roommate opened up the invitation only to figure out that this invitation was her friend's, her roommate's fiancé was the one that was getting married to another girl. I don't know if you get the picture. There are two ladies in a room, they are roommates. One was in a relationship, and eventually a invitation letter was sent. A letter of invitation for a wedding invitation was sent, and the person who received the letter, it was the roommate the letter was meant to get to, but the person who received it was the lady who was actually in a relationship with this guy. So she brought the letter and said, this is a receiving invitation letter. She got excited. She opened it up only for her to see that the person on the invitation was the guy she was in a relationship with. As at last week, they were still discussing marriage, and this guy had made plans and had printed letters, planned for a wedding with somebody else. Just imagine. Things happen. Heartbreaks are real. All right? There are things that people have to go through. When that person is introducing you casually, it simply means it's an indication that this person is not interested in marriage with you, and maybe interested in marriage with another person. So please do not take some of these things casually. Maybe you've invested quality time, you've invested plans and thoughts, and you've shared lovely memories with this person, and then the person leaves you because they have been introducing you casually. Please, this should not happen to you. Not after you have heard what I have to say on this subject matter. This cannot happen to you. So let's talk about number 6. Number 6 sign that your partner is not interested in marriage is that they don't introduce you to family and friends. All right? They don't introduce you to family and friends, and they don't introduce you to people that they regard. They don't introduce you to their mentors, to their senior friends. If you know anybody they regard, they don't want to introduce you to that person. And you see them look up to these people, you see them reach out to them, even if it's their pastors they regard, even their spiritual parents, they don't want to introduce you there, because, you know why? They know in their hand that they have no plans of really getting married to you, so they are ashamed to even introduce you to anybody. That is a sign. That is a sign. If you're in a relationship with a guy for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years, you have not met any member of his family, and he tells you he loves you, and you're saying, I love you too. Is your head correct at all? So there are things you should not do. There are traps you should not even fall into. When you're in a relationship with somebody and the person really says they love you, after a short while, this person should be able to introduce you to family, to friends, to senior friends they regard, to pastors that see over them. This person should be able to introduce you. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, if you have been in a relationship for up to 6 months, I say 6 months, and you have not had the privilege of being introduced by this person to anybody that they regard, anybody they have respect for, anybody who is their senior friend, family, or relationships that they regard, something is wrong somewhere. All this, let us keep our relationship a secret. I don't want this relationship to be in the open, so that people will not begin to attack you, so that people will not begin to look down on you, so that people will not begin to hate you unnecessarily. Listen to me. That is emotional blackmail. There are people in your life, they have several other people they have also confessed love to. So because of that, they don't want to make it public. They don't want anybody to know. They can't even post anything about you guys on social media. They can't post anything about you or in their family platform. They can't tell anybody about you. A guy who truly loves you will tell people about you. Let me say it again. A lady who truly loves you will tell people about you. See, it's difficult for you to be quiet when you're in love. Love conquers your vocabulary. Can I say it again? Love conquers your vocabulary. When you're truly in love, you will sing the person's name. You will talk about the person. You would sleep with the person's name. You wake up with the person's name on your lips because you are in love. That's what love does. In fact, everything that you see that has a connection or relationship with the person's name, that thing tickles your fancy because you are truly in love, unless you have not been in love. But if you're in love, oh, everything, just about your world begins to revolve around this one person when you are truly in love. That is why it is important. If it is not love, I beg, fashi, leave it, all right? Make sure that what you're going for is the real thing, okay? This is a major sign. This person is not willing to introduce you to their family, is not willing to introduce you to their friends. And it's a sign, and a very serious sign at that. Make sure that the person you're in a relationship is, I'm giving you a timeline, right? 6 months. In 6 months, you should have been able to meet somebody in their family. You should have been able to meet somebody who they regard as a friend, as a close friend. You should be able to meet somebody who they regard as a senior friend. All this, let us keep our relationship a secret, is a scam. Don't be scammed. Let me say it again. All this, let us keep our relationship a secret. I don't want anybody to know, so that enemies will not start fighting us, so that people won't start hating you, because you know there are many people who actually like me. But because if I introduce you as the person I want to get married to, they will start becoming jealous of you and they will start hating you. Forget it. If he or she loves you, they will stand by you through thick and thin. They will stand by you through thick and thin. They will not abandon you. They won't allow you to bear the weight of the pressure. When you are truly in love, you get to meet them, all right? You get to know them. And there are still people who will be, families who will be calling you our wife, our wife, our wife, and in reality, they have no plans of settling down with you. That is another scam for another day. So please be careful, all right, and make quality decisions. What we're saying here is not an exact science, but a combination of all the points I'll be sharing with you will help you to know if you are in a relationship that is a scam, or if you are actually in a relationship that is tending towards marriage, that has possibility of evolving into marriage. Is that okay? So please don't fall victim. Don't fall victim to scammers. There are several scammers. Some of them are males, some of them are females. There is no gender that is actually scammer specific. Both males and females can scam people in a relationship. There is a particular guy who used all his finances to train a particular lady in university. So she said she wanted to go to the university, and he invested in her, trained her from year 1 till she graduated in her final year, 5th level as an engineer. Do you know that this girl came out from school as an engineer, and she was supposed to introduce this guy, and she said, oh, this guy is a very good friend of mine and he has been helping me. What? The guy said, no, I am not just your friend, I am your husband to be. I've been investing in you so that you can graduate, because I saw this is what is important to you. And he said he don't want to get married until you have been able to graduate from the university, and now it's made possible. So please address me properly. And this lady could not do that because in her mind she didn't see how she, as a female engineer, would get married to a guy who was not even a graduate, you know. So please be careful. People perish because of lack of knowledge. Because you don't know, you are perishing. Many things are happening to you because you do not know. But when you know, you are liberated. When you know, you are saved. The Bible says that the just shall be delivered by knowledge. Through knowledge, the just shall be delivered. If you are the just and you do not know, nothing for you, you would keep suffering. But if you are the just and you have the beside knowledge, believe you me, you'll be able to scale well in life. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 15 that the labor of the foolish man wearieth everyone, because he does not know how to go into the city. When you know a relationship that is heading to marriage, you will not cry like the labor of the foolish. You will not cry like the foolish person. You would know what to do and save yourself the trouble ahead of time. This was how this girl eventually went for youth service, and she never came back. Went to youth service, changed her contact. She could not be reached at all. And this was how the guy lost her. He wept for many years, and because of that, he could not trust any lady. In fact, when he eventually got married, the relationship new marriage he had was affected emotionally because he had an emotional baggage from a girl he had invested in earlier. So be careful. Things do happen. Things do happen in this world of knowledge, in this world of information. You cannot be scammed, all right, because you know better. And when you know better, what do? You will do better. Are you getting blessed at all? All right, so let's talk about number 7. Number 7, a sign that helps you to know that the person you are in a relationship with, your partner, is not interested in marriage. Number 7 sign is that when you bring up the subject of marriage, he or she changes the topic. When you bring up the subject of marriage, he or she does what? Change the topic. Assuming you are in a relationship and then in the course of conversation, you bring up a particular topic concerning marriage, settlement, how many kids are we going to have, things that concern your marriage in the future, right? This person will want to avoid that topic entirely because he or she does not want to get married, because he or she is not planning exactly what you are planning. That is how you know that he or she is not interested in getting married. Let me use another vivid example. A story that happened, something that really happened to someone, There was a particular lady, she was in a relationship with a particular guy, and whenever she talked about marriage, so he said to her, oh, don't worry, let's not talk about this now. Let's just continue the relationship. At least we have to work out this relationship before we get married. And this continued on and on and on and on. Do you know that eventually this guy just took all of her money because he said she needed a business to invest in, and eventually the lady had some savings she had saved over time. She carried the money, gave to this guy. This guy used the money and relocated out of Lagos entirely. This was how this lady lost out. She cried, wept, was so heartbroken. Eventually it dawned on her that this guy had moved on. So please, when you are in a relationship with somebody, be careful if they always change the subject matter. Nobody likes to discuss about something they are not interested in. So if the person you want to get married to is interested in marriage, he or she will keep talking about it. We'll keep looking forward to it, all right? We'll keep making small talk about it, But when the person is not interested in marriage, when you bring up the marriage topic, the person will be like, what of your academics? What of your school? All right? The person will keep moving the topics here and there, changing the topic up and down. And this is a cue. This is something to help you know that this person is really, really not interested in the relationship talk, in the marriage talk you are talking about. And that's a cue. It's a sign. Don't be fooled. Don't be jilted, okay? Don't be jilted, because these signs come. The challenge is that we see these signs, but we neglect them. We ignore them, and eventually we begin to cry and begin to weep and begin to complain. But these signs, they showed you themselves. I'm trying to save you on time. I'm trying to help you on time. If a lady or a guy is not interested in you, when you bring up the issue of marriage, they would always change the topic. Watch. If you are the one bringing up the topic and the other person is not interested in it, help yourself. Help your destiny. Help your life by saying, please, I do not think we should continue in this relationship. Please, I do not think we should continue in this relationship. Let us bring an end to this relationship so that you save yourself from heartbreak on time. And then find somebody else who will truly be interested in what you are interested in, who will be interested in settling down and getting married with you. Because this is very, very important. Don't spend your life, don't waste your years with somebody who is not heading the same direction with you. Haven't I preached this message enough? Haven't I said it enough for you to hear and understand? It is so important. Whenever they change the topic, it simply tells you that this is not important to them. So if it is important to you, what do? Quit the relationship and look for a relationship where it is truly important to you. One of the worst things that anybody can do to themselves is to force a relationship, is to force marriage on somebody who is not interested in you. There was this particular lady. The guy she was dating had this ring that was passed down. It was like a family heirloom, so it was passed down by the grandmother to the mother and then to him. So it was meant to be for his own wife, any wife he decides to get married to. And now this lady got to know about it, and she kept troubling the guy. She kept telling the guy, I want to get married. My birthday is coming. I'll be 30 by next month. And when she's saying this, the guy is not even making any move. You know, she was desperate. She was just about to be 30, and she didn't want to be 30 and unmarried. So she kept showing her desperate attitude. She kept showing that she was desperate about getting married. She kept pushing. And you know, a time came when she was with the guy, and she brought out, and she made the guy bring out the ring. And said, oh, this ring is so lovely. Put it, put it, put it. And this guy was not proposing to you. And the lady was the one that was saying, put it on my finger, put it on my finger. I want to see how it looks. I want to see how it looks. And eventually, the guy put it on her finger. She watched, she said, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The guy said, are you not bringing it out? I said, no, I'm not bringing it out. I'm going to leave it on my hands. And you know, she wore that ring for a very, very, very long time. It just took one day for her to realize that what is she even doing? Years had passed, she has been wearing this ring, and this guy utilized the moment, you know, utilized the opportunity that, oh, after all, you're wearing my grandmother's ring in your finger, so we are on a process of being married. The guy utilized the opportunity and was sleeping with her left, right, center, anyhow. And do you know, eventually this girl lost out because she had several abortions. The guy kept saying, I don't want us to get married, and I don't want us to have any child out of wedlock. I want to give birth to a child that will have our full and complete love. So abort this one before you get pregnant again. We must have been married. And this was what this girl kept doing over time. On her birthday, the 30th birthday, she was glad enough to just wear a passed on ring. Not considering that this was not her wedding ring, she was just glad to have a ring on her finger for her 30th birthday, and that was all that mattered to her. 3 years later, this guy eventually called one day and said, please, I need back my grandmother's ring. He said, are you not getting married to me? He said, I never told you I was going to marry. Did I propose to you? You took the ring and told me that it was nice, I should put it on your finger, and I put it on your finger just to make you happy. And this was how that relationship ended. And this lady, she almost went mental. She was depressed for a very long time before she gathered herself together and decided to leave. Don't let this be your story. People always say that experience is the best teacher. Experience is not the best teacher. You don't have to be jilted before you know that jilting, there are signs before you get jilted. You don't have to be disappointed and be betrayed before you know that there are things to do to avoid some of these things in your life. History repeats itself simply because people refuse to learn from history. Now, it is important that you learn from history. It is important that you learn from other people's experiences. You don't need to allow experience to be your own best teacher. In fact, as a matter of fact, allow other people's experience to be your own best teacher. That way you save yourself from a lot of heartbreak that you should have had in life. Is that okay? Do you understand that clearly? All right, so let's continue. Let's talk about number 8. Number 8 sign that your partner is not interested in marriage. Number 8 sign that your partner is not interested in marriage is that he or she is emotionally detached from you, and then they live their life as a single person. He or she is emotionally detached from you, and he or she lives their life as a single person. When you're in a relationship with somebody and he or she is emotionally detached, so what it simply means is that you are in a relationship with the person does not care how you feel, the person does not reach out to you, the person does not fill you in, all right, the person does not reach out to know how you are doing or what's going on with you. Rather, this person wakes up in the morning, goes as if they don't have anybody in their life. You're the only one calling, you're the only one reaching out, you're the only one helping them, you're the only one. See, something is wrong somewhere. If you tell me that, Mama, I have been the only one trying to make this relationship work, I can tell you that you are already in a wrong relationship, because in a good relationship, both partners put hands together in order to make sure that the relationship is working. No one person can make a relationship work. A relationship is not meant to work by just one person's effort. It involves a corporate effort. Both parties putting their hands together in order to make a relationship work. That is why it is commonly said that it takes two to tango. Only one cannot tango. So it is something you have to know. When the person you're in a relationship with is emotionally detached from you, the person is not connected, the person is not reaching out, the person is not loving you, the person is not pouring in to you emotionally, something is obviously wrong somewhere. Don't say, no, that is how he is. He is a withdrawn person. That is how she is. She is an introvert. See, everyone in love has something to give. They should be able to reach out. How are you doing? How do you do? What's happening to you? Are you okay? Don't worry, everything will be fine. This is a relationship, all right? Don't be in what I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what else to call it, but then make sure that you are, when you say you're in a relationship, you are really, really in a relationship where there is mutual love, where there is mutual respect, where there is mutual bonding, all right? This is very, very key. So let's talk about number 9. Number 9 sign for you to know that your partner is not interested in marriage. How you know that the person you're in a relationship with is not interested in marriage is that he or she drops hints and suggests that he or she does not want to be married. He or she drops hints here and there. They drop hints here and there. They tell you directly or indirectly that they are not interested in marriage. So you see, maybe something happens and say, oh, look at how that woman was chasing her husband and the husband's side chick, and she eventually killed herself. That's why I don't like marriage, you know. That's why I don't want to be married. That's why I don't, you see all this kind of thing. This is the reason why I just enjoy this my single life. And you are the one in the relationship with somebody saying something like that. Something is wrong somewhere. It is a hint, and you should be able to read signs. To him who brain is given, sense is expected. If brain is given to you, sense is also expected. You should be able to know what to do with your life. When you see such hints and the person say, oh, I thank God, that's why I'm not married, and the person repeats it another time, oh, this is why we shouldn't be married now. Oh, this is why it's not good for you to marry early. This is why it is good for you to just live your life, enjoy your life before you get married. Stop spending your time with people like that, because they have no plans for you. They have no plans for marriage. They are not in the same having the same goals with you. So why are you wasting time and then hoping that out of nowhere a miracle will happen? Out of nowhere they will just change their mind and become something else that they are not. It doesn't work like that. When they are giving you hints directly or indirectly, saying things like that, and they say, oh, no, don't worry, I'm just joking. See, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When somebody is talking, most times they mean what they say. Don't let them tell you that they didn't mean what they said. They mean what they said, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Don't allow anybody to waste your time and waste your destiny. There are many people, okay, I know you may have seen on social media, somebody celebrate, oh, we're celebrating 5 years of marriage and 14 years of getting to be in a relationship. Forget all of those things. Those people, they wasted a lot of time, and most times they eventually force themselves or push themselves or got pregnant. There are reasons why they eventually decide to get married after so long a time. Somebody is celebrating 14 years of being in a relationship and then only 5 years of being married. So they courted for 9 years. They were in a dating relationship for 9 years. See, if somebody loves you, they won't waste time to spend the rest of their lives with you. Let me say this again. Hold your ears, hold your other ear, and hear me loud and clear. If somebody loves you, they will not waste time to spend the rest of their lives with you. They will be in a hurry. In fact, everybody will have to be telling them, calm down, relax, because they truly, truly love you. They can't imagine any life outside you. They can't imagine any life without you. That is how to know you are truly in love. Not this person that you are begging, you are even getting soliciting for family members to come and beg this person on your behalf so that this person will agree and know that you truly love the person. Something is wrong somewhere. Ladies have spent a lot of time. There's a particular lady, she spent so many years waiting for a particular guy. Eventually, the guy went and married another person. This is not what you want for your life. Be careful. Let us be careful. You know, when we hear people like us talk, you say, oh, these are motivational speakers. They're saying their own mind. But you, eventually, reality dawns on you in your own life. And this is not what you want for your own life. This is not what you want for your destiny. You are worth more. You are enough. You are powerful. You are brilliant. You are smart. Don't allow just one relationship to define the rest of your life. It is just one relationship, and there might be several other relationships in your life before you even get married. So please don't allow one relationship to define your life, to define your very existence. You are worth more than that. Do you understand? So please, this is one thing I would like you to just imbibe into your heart and know that you are important. You are wonderful. Don't allow just one person's mistake to make you feel like you do not matter. You do not account for something. You count for something. You are incredibly blessed. All right. It's just that when people are not able to see who you truly are, when people are not able to appreciate you for who you truly are, just know that life is difficult for the blind. All right, they cannot see, they cannot appreciate, and it's not your fault when they cannot see who you truly are. It's not your fault when they cannot appreciate what you truly are. Okay, when they are not able to see just understand that it's not everybody that has ability to see. Some people are so poor inside and they cannot see. So leave them alone, and then keep hoping and trusting for somebody who would see you and appreciate you and value you for who you truly are. Is that okay? All right. So let's talk about number 10 and the final point I'll be sharing with you today. Number 10 and the last point I'll be sharing with you today, the last sign that will help you to know that this person you're in a relationship with is not interested in marriage. This person your partner is not interested in marriage, is that he or she does not make you a priority. He or she does not make you a priority. When somebody loves you, they prioritize you. Let me say this again. When somebody loves you, they will prioritize you. Have you ever been in love with somebody and you're planning how to get married and stuff like that, and the person gets an admission that takes the person out to another continent? See, I know academics is important. I know that studying is important, but when somebody loves you, they will make sacrifices for you. All right, they will carry you along in their plans. It is important for you to know when true love is there and when it is not there. Stop selling yourself cheap, all right? Stop selling yourself short of who you truly are and what you are truly capable of doing. Please, it's important. Don't allow this to happen to you. This does not needs to happen to you before you take the right decision in your life. I am pleading, I am begging. When you are in a love relationship with somebody, they make you a priority. They value you. They look up to you. They consider you before they make their plans. They consider what you feel, what you think before they do what they want to do. They don't just wake up and make any plans for themselves. No, they consider you. They know that who you are is important to who they want to become, and they don't take it for granted. They will acknowledge you in the things that they do. They will consider you before they make decisions that would eventually affect you. That is how you know you are truly with the person that will eventually get married to you. Don't marry somebody who does not prioritize you. Let me tell you the truth. If he or she does not prioritize you in a relationship, he or she will not prioritize you even in marriage. This is very important, and this is a word enough for the wise. So these are the few things I decided to share with you today on Checkpoint. I hope you were thoroughly blessed and imparted. I want you to keep watching other Checkpoint videos. There are so many things we want to share with you at Checkpoint, and I'm so glad you are here today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. Thank you for sharing the link. If you joined late, go back to the beginning of the video and watch again. And do not forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, because this is important. That way you're able to get new videos whenever I post them again. Thank you so much for watching Checkpoint. Until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. I love you so much. Bye-bye.